Hi guys, welcome back to another video. I hope you're all doing really well today. So I'm kind of sat in a bit of an awkward position because my cat's asleep and I don't have the heart to wake him up and move him, so this is kind of what we're dealing with. I hope you all don't mind. I don't think it looks too bad, it's just I'm kind of sat in front of the tree anyway. It's all good. So I want to talk about one of my biggest passions today, and that is minimalism. You all know that I love to upload videos about minimalism, packing videos. You know, I've filmed loads and loads of videos of me decluttering my room and my space, and through those videos in the comments I've always had really good comments, and then I've always had these comments of people saying like that it's not good enough, that I'm not minimalist, I shouldn't call myself a minimalist, and then you know, the opposite spectrum too of people saying like, oh, I could never do that, it's too extreme. And it's just like, today I kind of want to talk about that, you know, talk about what is minimalism, what does minimalism mean to me, you know, like what is the basic like principle of minimalism. So I believe, like for me at least, minimalism's not about how many possessions you have. It's not about getting down to like the tiniest amount of things and only owning like a backpack worth of stuff. If you can get yourself to that level, that's awesome, but it's kind of a personal journey. So everyone's on their own journey and everyone will get to whatever point they get to. And so as long as you're happy with the part of the journey that you're on, that's all that matters. Like you should never feel like you've got to get rid of all of your stuff because you're like inferior to the people who have done that. So you know, it's completely to do with yourself, and it's not to do with other people. It's nothing to do with other people. The only reason that I share my lifestyle is because I want to share minimalism to other people. And you know, I'm one of those people that would say like, oh, I don't like labels, but I label myself every day. Like I label myself as vegan, I label myself as a minimalist. And the reason I do that is so I can reach more people, so I can spread my message to more people. And minimalism is a trigger word, so you know, you need to use words to be found, and you need to use words to create communities of people. Without labels like minimalism, communities of people like-minded that have interest in minimalism can't find each other. So you know, labels are helpful, labels are super helpful, but they should never restrict you, they should never limit you, and they should always, you know, build community and, you know, just lift us up rather than drag us down. So yeah, that's basically like one of the first things I wanted to say. So I see minimalism as a tool. It's a tool to kind of liberate yourself from fear, from attachment, from worry, from overwhelm, from distraction. If you've got all of this stuff cluttering your whole life, there's no way that you can be focused. And you know, if you're like me, you know in the back of your mind you've got all of these things to do and you've got all of this stuff, and even things like having a memory card full of things that I need to delete, or my hard drive being full, or my phone being full, like it's not very minimalist to have all of that going on. And so if I can remove that from my life, that's one less clutter in my brain. So that's kind of the principle with, you know, removing the stuff in your life that you don't need. So going through your wardrobe every now and then and getting rid of all the stuff that you don't need, going through all of your cupboards and removing all the clutter from years and years and years ago, because we are not our possessions. You know, we collect possessions along the way, and then it's okay to let them go because we all change, and that's something that people forget. You know, if you've got things still from when you were a child or when you were a teenager and you feel so attached to them, and maybe clothes that don't even fit anymore from when you were, you know, thinner or bigger, or and it's silly. We become so attached to these things, but they don't mean anything, they're completely meaningless. And so, you know, minimalism is about removing the clutter and keeping the stuff that matters. And this is the part that some people get stuck on. So if I have a bedroom and it's full of stuff, but all of that stuff means something to me, all of that stuff I've kept with intention, that's fine, and that is still minimalism because I've removed the stuff that didn't matter. So you know, people with a backpack full of stuff and you know, that's all that they own, that's amazing. But in a real life situation where, you know, you have a job, you have a house, you have children, it's not possible to own so little stuff. And you know, even if it is possible, like I said, each to their own, you're all on your own journey, and everyone's life looks completely different, and it's no one's like right to judge someone else. You know, we can be inspired by each other, but we should never drag each other down. So yeah, I think that minimalism leads to a more intentional life. You are more intentional about the things that you bring into your life because you've spent so long decluttering and getting rid of all of the stuff. So you know, if you're always buying, try and just go through all of the stuff and realise how much you do buy. Keep a track of how much you're spending each month, and then have a look back at it and realise that maybe you are emotionally buying things, and if you can stop that from happening, you know, you'll remove that coping mechanism, you'll save yourself so much money, and you'll free up so much space in your house and in turn in your brain. And that's something that I've realised. You know, I always used to buy things all the time, and I would be so bored, and I'd just go to the shop and buy things and then come back, and you know, for maybe like 5 minutes you'd get this like spark of, you know, adrenaline or something, and you'd feel good, and then, you know, the day would go on and then you'd start feeling crappy again. So if you can find the root cause of that emotion rather than covering over it with buying things, and you'll be a lot happier in the long run. So minimalism, you know, that's one thing that people find, is that it can help to treat anxiety and depression, and you know, like I said at the beginning, it helps you to stop being distracted. You know, buying things is a major distraction. The consumer cycle is a huge distraction in all of our lives. So if you can be really intentional about the things that you buy, the things that you bring into your life, you remove yourself from that loop, and it's so liberating. It's so nice to just look at your bank account and see that, you know, there's only been maybe 4 or 5 transactions that month of things that, you know, weren't needed to exist, you know, like food and petrol and stuff, but things that you chose to buy and that you enjoyed buying. And so I think, as well as this, like, you know, along the intentional living lines, it's so important that even if you're a minimalist with only a backpack, if you choose to eat really complicated foods, if you plan your days so like crazily and you've got all of this stuff on, you know, if you've got a computer but it's so cluttered with stuff, if your email list so cluttered, you are a minimalist in the like external sense, but internally you're still very cluttered. So minimalism is more about the whole aspect. It goes into every single area of your life. You'll find that you don't crave eating so many complicated foods. You just want simple foods, or, you know, you'll get things done. You'll clear out your junk mail. You'll stop people from sending junk mail, and there's so many things that you can change to become more minimalist, and to really like change your whole life, and to have less stress, to have less things clutter in your brain. And in the end, it just makes you feel so much happier, so much better. And you know, we're all on a journey, and my journey kind of has only just begun, really. I mean, you all know from my past videos I went travelling, and that's where my minimalist journey started, and then coming home it kind of started again, because I had to, you know, I wanted to go through all of my stuff and I wanted to remove most of it. But I've done like another decluttering since then, and I plan on doing another one before I leave. So, you know, you're always on this journey of removing. And I think that when I come to a point where I'm happy with, you know, the things that I own, I'm going to do the 1 in, 1 out rule. So, you know, if I want to buy something new, if I want to replace a piece of clothing, I will bring that into my life and I will remove something else. So I've always got a constant level of stuff. And I don't think it's about a number. Like, I don't think you need to have 40 clothes or, you know, 10 books. Like, you own as much as makes you happy. If you want to bring a book into your life and you don't want to remove another book, then don't. Like, don't be so black and white. Like, we don't all need to be black and white. We can just do what we want to do, and as long as we're happy, we don't need anyone else to kind of justify that for us. Yeah. So I think you can start your minimalist journey at any point. You know, you could start today. If you've already started, that's amazing, you know, but just have a little think about your life. Have a think about what you enjoy. Have a think about what you want to bring more into your life. Do you want to have more free time? Do you want more time with your family? Do you want more space in your bedroom? Like, you know, write a list and then have a little think about what you own and what you could maybe remove, what you could send to charity shops, maybe what you could sell, you know, what you could just give to someone else, and give someone else the opportunity to enjoy that item, to love that item. Because, you know, if we all did that, if we all shared our things and we stopped buying new things, then there would be less impact on the world too. So, you know, like I said, it goes into all aspects. Minimalism is an amazing thing, and it really is life-changing. It saves you so much money, and it's one of the best things I've ever done, and I will always advocate for a minimalist life. But yeah, I wanted to do this video because obviously I'm going to New Zealand, and I will call myself a minimalist when I pack for that video, but I won't be taking like a really extremely small amount of stuff, because I am going for 2 years, and it's something that I've been thinking about recently, and I've been thinking, oh, you know, it's not very minimalist to take this, that and the other, but if those things are good... My cat's snoring. I don't know if you can hear him. Oh my gosh. But yeah, if you if you're taking those things because they bring happiness, because you're going to save money, you know, like if I make my own toothpaste and things, I need to take those things with me. And, you know, some people would say, oh, that's not very minimalist. And, you know, maybe buying winter clothes isn't very minimalist, but I need to buy clothes and I need to replace clothes that I own. So yeah, I think it's just about, you know, we're all sharing our journey, and people that share the journey online, just remember we're not perfect. We're not trying to be perfect. I'm never trying to like put myself on a pedestal. I'm just being real, you know. You've all seen like where I came from, you've all seen my journey, and you'll carry on to see my journey. And I think there's something beautiful in that, you know. We're all on our own journey, and it's really interesting, you know, to see other people's journeys and to share my own and to watch back on my own videos and be like, wow, I had so much stuff. And sometimes I look around my room and think, oh, you know, I could get rid of this, could get rid of that. And it's crazy to think how far I've come, you know, and it's really nice to do. So, you know, I would say start your journey today. Think of something that you could declutter, think of something that you could remove from your life. Maybe just go through your wardrobe and just put a little pile to one side of stuff that you maybe could just remove today. And yeah, write a little intentional list for like stuff that you want to stop doing, stop impulse buying and stuff like that, and try and stick to it. And I think like within a month you'll notice a massive difference. So yes, that's kind of my thoughts on minimalism, and I just wanted to address this topic before I carried on making more and more videos, because I do get those comments and I just want to kind of give everyone a bit more of an understanding of like what my version of minimalism is. And you know, it might not be the same version as yours, but that's what I understand minimalism to be for me. So yes, I really hope that you all enjoyed this video, and I hope that, you know, you are on a minimalist journey, and if you are, then leave me a comment below and, you know, let me know how it's been for you. Have you noticed a change in your emotions? Have you noticed a change in your spare time? I'd love to know, because it's really interesting how it affects different people, you know. I really wish you all the best. You all deserve so much happiness and peace, and I can't wait to share the next video with you. I think, you know, I've inspired myself and I'm gonna go and declutter my wardrobe again, so you'll probably see that as the next video, so you can get excited for that and I can go and get excited to declutter. So please give me a big thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. It really helps me to reach more people and to share my journey and my mission. And please subscribe if you're new. I talk about all kinds of things as well as minimalism, so, you know, hit that little subscribe button and you will see more videos from me in the future. Thank you all so very much for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys.